Okay, what I'm going to do today is talk to you about arranging songs. Now, there is a big section on the course which covers all of the basics of arranging songs, so I'm not going to regurgitate or retell you about all that stuff. All I'm going to do is give you some ideas about arrangement based on a song that I just put out yesterday called Do You Remember Marseille? It's quite a kind of poppy song. It's written to dance to. It's not my usual style, but it's written to dance to, and it's written to raise some money for a local Glasgow charity. So the song is going out there. People can download it for nothing as long as they pay some money to the charity. So that's the basic idea. Now, the reason I thought it would be quite useful to talk about this one is because on the Songwriting Magic forum just in the last week, yourself, Alex Ellis, you posted a song that you'd written which you were playing on your acoustic guitar, and you were asking about what I thought the genre of the music was. I think I had replied something like, if it's a good song, you can do it any way you like. And you said in your reply, if I can actually read because I can't see, I just know what I like, but the way it comes out is just the way it comes out. You may know what I mean by that. Well, the thing I suppose about arrangement is that the way it comes out has to be a conscious decision. I can totally understand the idea that if I write and play a song on my acoustic guitar, I naturally think, well, it's an acoustic guitar song, I will just record it the way that I come up with it. That's not really arrangement. That is just letting things take their course out with your control. You need to grab control of every song that you write and decide what is the best way to present this song to the world. I know what the song's like. What is the things that would best serve it? And from then on, arrangement is about making decisions, positive decisions, about how to present the song. So I say I'm going to do this in the context of this song that I wrote and put out yesterday called Do You Remember Marseille? And what it is if I can get this to come up so you can hear it, it's a pop song, basically. Not a modern pop song, it's got 80s kind of sound to it. But it was a song I wrote on my acoustic guitar and then made a decision to record it as a dance song that I could put out to raise some money for a charity. So let's have a wee listen. Nice wee hooks there. Bass part.
I saw you standing in the kitchen,
Don't worry,
shining brighter than the sun.
I won't play the whole song.
Silence walked in like a tiger, brushing past all that you've won.
Okay, so you can tell it's not an acoustic guitar song. It was written on an acoustic guitar, but it's a dance song. It's got a bass drum beat that goes all the way through the song. It's got some hooks that I've intentionally added. It's got a lot of elements that I added specifically because it's a kind of poppy song. It's got a bit of the start, which is designed to make the intro instantly recognisable. It's got a hook. And it's also got a bass guitar hook as well, which is based on octaves, which is, So the whole song is actually based on octaves. What's it? These were all intentional decisions that I made based on what I wanted to produce, which was something people could dance to, so I could get people to participate in a video, which I can then send out into the world and would be attractive enough for people to listen to, so that they would then give to this charity. Something catchy, needed to have hooks. The melody, the chords themselves, it's a 3-chord song. There's nothing complex about it. It's a C shape, a G shape, and an F shape. Major chords, 3 major chords. A 1, 5, and a 4. That's all there is. There's nothing inherently special about the chords. And it's not particularly melodic. It's very that's not where the strength of the song lies, which is why it didn't suit being an acoustic song. I saw you standing in the kitchen, etc. Probably wouldn't play that at a folk club. It suited, once I decided it suited being produced as a kind of poppy dance song, everything else was a positive decision to try and present the song in that way. The song uses a fairly traditional structure: double verse, chorus, verse, chorus, breakdown. The verses are all the same, of course. They all go. And the choruses all go the same thing. The bridge uses the same chords as the verse, but it just does them twice as quick. And the bridge goes. But it does it electronically, of course. Listen to the bridge. See if I can find it. Hold on. Breakdown.
Do you remember Marseille?
1 chord. 2nd chord.
Paris?
1 chord.
Glasgow?
2nd chord.
Yes. I know.
And back into the verse. As you go through the song, it increases the energy. And there's a couple of things I've used to do that. Clearly the percussion gets more and more intense.
Know the times, the things you favor.
So the song starts fairly laid back, I suppose, in some sense. If you look at the first verse. Not a lot of percussion later on the song.
I know
Much more percussion.
the times, the things you
Near the end, even more. So I've used percussion to increase the energy throughout. And I've used one other technique, which is, if I can find it, which is the use of a kind of pedal tone, which is a single note, which goes through the second verse and chorus and last chorus. And the last chorus, it gets louder and louder and louder, increases the tension, starts quite quiet, gets louder. But there's a kind of subliminal element in the song, which I've just used to, as I say, it acts on your subconscious. It just increases that energy as you get near the end. Single note, you don't really notice it, but it acts upon you.
I wonder why.
So that is, I suppose, the essence of arranging a song. That song, I played it on the acoustic. It could have went anyway, but once I'd made a decision, this is a kind of dance song. This could be quite poppy. Everything else was designed to present it as a kind of poppy song in the best way possible. I'm not saying that this is a current pop song, or even that it's the most catchy song in the world, or even it's the most poppy song in the world, but you can dance to it. And within the context of the song that I had, I made positive decisions to present it in a particular way, and then everything else was based on those decisions. Some of the things like, if we listen to the synth parts, these are just simple octaves. But they become a hook. The octaves all came from me playing the bass initially, when I thought that, did I mention this earlier on? When I thought that the bass could maybe go something like, and then I realised that was far too busy, and also you would tire of it very easily, so the bass eventually just went. And then the octave part became a kind of hook. And then the octave part again, I thought, that's quite a good thing. I then based all of the kind of rhythm track on the use of octaves, which is why you end up with the mid-range of the song done on the synthesizer. Hopefully you can hear this. And in the mix, because one of the other essential things about any song arrangement is you need to cover the different frequency ranges. You have the bass part and the drums down here. Covering the bottom end, you have the bass itself. Where are we? And then you deal with the mid-range parts. And then I use the percussion for the sort of top frequency range in this case. Not quite sure where that is in my DAW, but that's it. You'll get the idea if you hear the track. If I go near the end, in fact, it's probably more obvious. So these are all positive decisions, the actual things that I have to make a decision on. I've got a whole frequency range, what is going to sit in each of these bits. That's arrangement. What's up here, what's in the middle, what's at the bottom. Every song, whether it's a folk song or a dance song, makes the same decisions. On a folk song, which is just an acoustic guitar and a vocal, the acoustic guitar covers the whole range. It covers the bottom end and the top end of the vocal and the acoustic guitar covers that range. You've got very few instruments, obviously, so those you wouldn't edit out the bottom of the guitar, whereas in something like this, there is an acoustic guitar in here, but I've edited out a lot of the stuff at the bottom end because that's already covered by the bass and the drums. If it was just one guitar, you wouldn't do that. So you're always thinking about making positive decisions about the arrangement based on presenting the song the best way you can present the song. And that's what I've tried to do here. Hopefully that gives you some kind of idea here about what arrangement is about just by looking at this specific song. I'll leave it at that.